in the heart of Emperor Shah Jahan's magnificent court. A world of shimmering marble and fragrant rosewater. One woman's influence echoed far beyond the silken veils of the harem. Her name was Jahanara Begum, and her story is one of power, intellect, and unbreakable will. Imagine this. The year is 1614. A princess is born, the eldest child of Shah Jahan and the legendary Mumtaz Mahal. The woman for whom the Taj Mahal would one day stand. Jahanara grew up surrounded by unimaginable luxury, but her destiny was never to be just a beautiful ornament in a gilded cage. Tragedy struck when she was only 17. Her beloved mother, Mumtaz, died in childbirth. In the depths of his grief, Shah Jahan didn't turn to his sons or his ministers. He turned to Jahanara. He bestowed upon her the title Padshah Begum, the First Lady of the Mughal Empire. This was no empty honor. It was a seismic shift in power. Suddenly, this teenage princess was in charge of the imperial seal, the keeper of her father's trust. She managed the imperial household, a city within a city, with a budget that would make modern-day billionaires blush. She controlled vast estates and even owned her own trading ship, the Sahibi *, which sailed the seas, negotiating deals with the Dutch and the English. Her personal fortune was staggering, but it was her political mind that was truly formidable. You see, we often imagine the Mughal harem, the zenana, as a secluded, silent world. But that's a misconception. Under Jahanara's command, it became a political nerve center, the true heart of the empire. From within its walls, she corresponded with foreign ambassadors, brokered treaties, and had a say in who was appointed to the highest offices in the land. Her chambers weren't just for leisure. They were a salon where poets, mystics, and powerful nobles gathered. To have Jahanara's here was to have the empress. She was, in every sense, a power broker cloaked in silk and jewels. But her story doesn't end with diplomacy. Jahanara was also a visionary builder. Walk through the bustling lanes of Delhi's Chandni Chowk today, and you're walking through a marketplace she designed and commissioned. It was her gift to the city, a vibrant center of commerce and culture that has thrived for centuries. She was a deeply spiritual woman, a devout Sufi mystic who funded the construction and restoration of mosques and tombs, leaving a legacy of faith and charity. Her greatest test, however, was yet to come. As Shah Jahan grew old, a bitter and brutal war of succession erupted between his sons. On one side was Dara Shikoh Kolchad, intellectual heir apparent, a Sufi scholar like his sister. On the other was Aurangzeb, ruthless, orthodox, military genius. Jahanara threw her entire weight behind Dara. She wasn't a passive observer. She was an active player. She used her immense wealth to finance his armies, lobbied fiercely for him in court, and even confronted her father, pleading with him to officially declare Dara his successor. It was a high-stakes gamble, and she put everything on the line for the brother she believed would be the better ruler. But as history tells us, the gamble failed. Aurangzeb's military machine crushed Dara's forces. He captured his brother, paraded him through the streets of Delhi in chains, and had him executed. He then imprisoned his own father, Shah Jahan, in the Agra fort, the very fortress from which he could gaze upon the Taj Mahal, the monument to his lost love. Everyone in the court held their breath. What would happen to Jahanara? She had been Aurangzeb's most powerful political opponent. By all accounts, her fate seemed sealed. But what happened next was truly astounding and speaks volumes about her indispensable stature. Aurangzeb, the cold, calculating emperor, did not punish her. In fact, he did the opposite. He restored her title as the First Lady of the Empire, doubled her pension, and continued to seek her counsel. She became one of the very few people who could speak to him honestly, without fear of reprisal. For the rest of her life, she remained a stabilizing force in his court, a bridge to the glorious past of their father's reign. When Shah Jahan died in captivity, it was Jahanara who was by his side, the only one of his children to be there. She arranged his funeral and laid him to rest beside Mumtaz Mahal in the Taj Mahal, finally reuniting her parents in death. Jahanara never married. She dedicated her life to her family, her faith, and her empire. When she died, her final wish was for a simple tomb open to the sky near the shrine of the Sufi saint Nizamuddin Aulia in Delhi. The inscription on her grave, written by her, is profoundly moving. It reads, "Let nothing but green grass cover my grave, for grass is the fittest covering for the final resting place of the humble. Humble, perhaps in spirit, but in life. Jahanara Begum was a giant. She shows us that power isn't always wielded with a sword. Sometimes it's wielded with intelligence, diplomacy, and an unbreakable spirit." She was not the only powerful Mughal woman figures like her aunt, the Empress Noor Jahan, or her great-aunt, the historian Gulbadan Begum, also shaped the empire in their own right. Their stories are just as captivating. Jahanara's life is a powerful reminder that even in a world dominated by men, a woman of vision could command respect, shape policy, and build a legacy that endures centuries later. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey back in time. If you enjoyed this story and want to uncover more hidden histories of incredible figures, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments which other powerful Mughal princess you'd like to hear about next. See you in the next video.